Think for a moment. If I take a thought like, I'm going to remember a bowling alley back on Southend Pier in Essex, England, back in the 1960s. I have some sort of moving picture in my mind of the length of the bowling alleys and the skittles at the end, and I can almost hear the sounds of the hitting of the ball striking the skittles and their clonking echoing in the back of the, beyond where the skittles are, and then the sound of the collection. I think I can get a sound, or am I imagining that there was a sound? You see, I'm already rewriting history as a historicity. But I can experience being back there in the bowling alley again, and me being in my youth as then, a teenager with one or two friends, and we've wandered from the college environment to being down at the seafront, just enjoying playing bowls. Might be morning or afternoon, I'm not sure. And I'll have done it several times, I know, I can remember that. Or is that a historicity? No, I've done it several times. Was it several times with them? Do you see? Uncertainties are creeping in, and the picture is either not complete or partially rewritten. And my imagination to the scene starts to make it more and more a historicity that's going to confuse what was actually the case that I experienced compared to what I'm now experiencing in the historistic memory that I have. One rewriting the other. You could say in a simple way that my thoughts are on what was a reality. And in some sense it was a reality, but it's preserved in thought form. And if I analyze it, was experienced in thought. My mind wasn't in some sense touching the situation I was in. It was receiving data from the senses. And it's that picture which I was living that the data was giving me. For instance, the data might not have come into my head that someone next to me was coughing, or who the someone is who's next to me has got partially erased by the time, the years that have passed to now. I can surmise who was with me and start to imagine definitely them being there, because I have another set of memories as to the character and person of such. And I may assume they were there, and they become part of the picture, the historicity that I'm remembering. Is it the truth? It's the picture that I'm experiencing at the minute, yes. Was it ever an historic fact? Oh no, it's been edited since then. And the fact was thoughts and impressions at the time, and I've changed those impressions now in the picture. got a historicity, not really a history. But it's all thought. Even now, my talking to you, I'm supposing you, which may not be in existence. And I can't fill in the details about you, namely your personality and preconceived ideas and the way you're receiving what I think I'm speaking. You may be hearing it quite differently. What seems reasonable to me is not. So in your field of experience, which is uniquely different to everyone else's, everyone's is different. In that sense, we find ourselves isolated. And isolated from the truth because I don't have access to your view, only mine. I surmise what yours might be from extremely limited information. I mean, I'm assuming you're human, for instance. You might not be, and you think, my goodness, this is an interesting recording. What's this about? And you can't think your way into understanding what it's about because you don't have any experience of a universe that has uncertainty in it, say, or has the notion of time and change. Or just has the experience of the culture that I come from. So my discourse is approaching the unintelligible from your point of view.